Nothing to get excited about, just some flapping. Good evening, YouTube. Here with you on a Sunday evening at 6:22. Busy day today. This is gonna kill me. I can't say that I was terribly busy, but I was busy. Let me explain what happened here. Thursday, I usually go to see Mom, but I didn't go this week. I thought, I went last Friday, and I liked the way Friday worked out pretty good. I went in the morning instead of the afternoon, and I seemed to be able to get a lot more done that way and stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, I know I say that, but I never do. Nose is running. Friday morning, I woke up to freezing rain and snow here. That kind of precluded me from going there, or at least I wasn't going to try it. So I didn't go Friday. Well, then, in the meantime, my daughter had contacted me saying that they were going to go Sunday to see her. And I said, oh, good, I'll just go with you guys if you have room and everything. And they said, yeah, that'd be fine. But then, I guess my granddaughter Lainey got sick, and they thought maybe she had the flu, and they didn't want to take any chances with that. So they took her to the doctor or whatever, and she had some kind of bronchitis problem. And then my daughter said, if Lainey's mother stays home with her, they would go, but if not, then they didn't really want to risk getting anybody else sick. So I said, oh, I understand that. So anyway, this morning when I got up, she actually had told me last night that she didn't think Jordan would stay home with Lainey because she wasn't that bad off, I guess. But anyway, long story short again, I went to see Mom today. Mom's doing pretty good. She's not perfect. She's 93. But she's doing much better than she was 2 weeks ago. I know that. Today when I got there, she was not in her room. She was down at the dining area talking with a couple other ladies. And I went down and talked to her there, and she said yes, she wanted to go back to her room. So we went back to the room, and I stayed there, talked to her for a good while, and then she started falling asleep. Generally when she starts falling asleep, I'll go ahead and leave. But I do tell her goodbye before I do. I don't just walk out the door and leave her. But anyway, it worked out pretty good because I had to pick up my groceries at 4 at Walmart. I had ordered them. I didn't get the last time I usually get my check on the 1st, and being a Saturday, I don't know if they're running behind or what, but I even stayed up till midnight thinking, well, that was actually about 1 o'clock time I went to bed, but I thought maybe they would have it in there, and it wasn't then posted yet. I don't like making any charges, even though I had enough to cover it in my account. I don't like doing that because it runs me short and everything else. And so I just I thought, well, I'll wait until I get up. So I got up and it was there then, and I went ahead and ordered them then. So I just went ahead and set it to pick them up today at 4 o'clock. So it worked out all right. Anyway, that was that. Nothing done on the camera boom, but I think that's the way I'm going is the way Mr. Hydeman laid it out there. I think I'm going to try that. I've got some of this, this stuff here. I think I might try making it out of this. I think that would be enough to do it. And that's heavy enough stuff. I do believe it would hold up. It's not, it doesn't bend. So I may try that and see. I just need it long enough to go put that on there and screw that on there. And if I do 2 spots, you guys are seeing this. If I do 2 spots, I'd screw it in the middle here and then have another one over here. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I may wait and get that other thing before I try to decide on doing that, and may just make one for now. But I want to get that done. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Like I say, I picked up my groceries, got them all put away. I don't know if it's just me or what, but it just about kills me to bring all those groceries in and put them up in the refrigerator and into the freezer and things like that, to where they're covered or wherever they need to go. And so I finally got that done, and I had bought one of those large, if you ever go to Walmart, they're called Marketplace. They have them back here by the deli. They have potato salad, beans, you know, baked beans and stuff like that. And then you have also sandwiches and pizza. And the one I got was an extra large Supreme. I thought, well, I can eat on that for 2 or 3 days. And I bought one of those, and I put that in the oven while I was putting the groceries away, and I had a few pieces of that. Once it was done, that was good. So it's already back in the refrigerator, ready for another meal. Like I said, I got all that done, and then I answered my comments. You know, it takes me a while to do that because I don't like to say thanks and be done with it. I like to address, you know, whatever the people say, and I go from there. And also, the matter of Bill. Now, this is a touchy subject for me. I like Bill a lot. I consider him a friend. And I just want to publicly and sincerely apologize to Bill if I hurt his feelings, because I didn't mean to do that. I was, these fingers get to going sometimes, you know, on that keyboard. And I was just reading the other comments and thinking, well, you know, this is all in fun, you know, just. So, you know, what I said was, that was the way it was intended. It never was intended to be anything hurtful. I'm just going to have to stop making comments I like that, I guess, because, you know, Bill's a special guy. To me anyway, I wish he could do things that he can't do, and I'm sure he wishes he could do things he can't do too. But it really, I've had other friends like Bill in the past, and it seems like when they give up and don't want to try to do things, it just doesn't bode well for them. I mean, you know, one thing leads to another, and then, you know, before you know it, they're not really doing very good. And it's just I see that, and I hate to see it, because, you know, I understand that Bill has his problems as far as seeing and things like that, and I really understand all that. But you know, then at the same time, somebody, and I don't remember who it was, posted a link about a blind car mechanic, and I thought, okay. If you can do that, surely you can do a little electronic work. But you know, and they said he was a specialist, I guess, in carburetors and stuff like that, which I can understand. You can feel carburetors, and it's a little easier. I understand that. That's not a problem. But like I said, I just hate to see anybody kind of give up and not, you know, I know Bill loves to do what he does, and I'm sure it hurts him to not be able to do it. And you know, I wish there was something I could suggest as far as eyewear or something like that. I think if I go visit Bob, I may try to do a side trip and go visit Bill as well. Take some things over there just to see if anything helps him out and things like that. I really wish Bill lived closer, that, you know, I could go help him and do things like that. He struggles with his computer problems. I understand that, because computers can be, you guys know the one I'm struggling with. So by the way, on the one I'm struggling with, I don't know if I made this clear. I don't think I did. When I first got that system, I think it was in 2011, 2012, whenever it was, maybe 2010. I bought that with the intention of putting 16 gigabytes in that. And I started out with 8. And I bought it, and it supported 8 at that time. Now, the caveat is that was all Corsair memory. It was all bought at one time. I bought the same, you know, from the same place. I bought 8 gig, 2 gig sticks, and put all of them in there. It worked, because I was running. Now, number one, I was running this as a Hackintosh. In other words, I was running the Mac OS X operating system on the computer. I had no less than 2 VirtualBox installs. One was Windows 7. And the other one was Linux Mint, I do believe. And I had both of those running. You have to understand, I had 6 monitors on this also. I had 3 video cards, 3 9400 GT video cards in there. And I had 6 monitors. And on 2 of the monitors, I had VirtualBox running whatever it was, Linux or Mint, and I had it playing YouTube videos, both of them, at the same time. And then on the main system, the Mac OS X system, I had playing a DVD. Now that's 3 video sources playing at the same time. And then also I had, I believe, OS X Mail running, and then I had the Chrome on the other monitor surfing the web. So I was doing all that, and this machine never skipped a beat. So now I know I had 8 gigs running at that time. I'm sure I did. And so I know it runs. So I'm hoping maybe I can find the rest of that Corsair memory and then put all that in there and see if that works. If that works, then all my problems will be solved. I just think that's something to do with it. Even though it sees it, I don't think it's using it properly for some reason. But that's just that. And I didn't really mean to get off on that tangent, but that's my thoughts on that. So that's that. Next up here, you haven't seen it yet, but tomorrow there's going to be a little video with this, and it involves the camera slide and the zoom on that 260 SX260. Just and it's not a perfect thing. I didn't do it good. I was having problems with the camera slide because I slide the camera over here, and when it got to this end, it dropped down like that. You guys may recall those tripods I was using has that slip-in piece that has the camera mount on it, and that was just bowing over like that and coming up out of that holder. So I decided I needed to use 2 tripods when I do a slide like that, because that way it stays steady and it don't go anywhere. But there'll be more work with that. That was just kind of a test to see how that was, and that's going to be on the camera boom, so you'll see that. Like I said, this is probably going to be by itself. I'll probably go ahead and upload this evening, because I told Bill I would upload a video, and apologize. I wanted to do that. And sometimes I just don't know my own strength, I guess. But seriously, Bill, I never really meant that as far as to be hurtful. I really didn't, and I'm glad you forgive me for that. And hope we can get on with some other stuff. Now, as far as you're working on stuff, I won't say anything else. I know it frustrates me, and I'm sure it frustrates other people, because people are not texting me, but they're making comments to me about it, and I can understand. I was surprised. I thought you were going to say, well, why aren't you out there working on that Buick? And yes, I admit I'm using excuses not to work on it, and so with me, it's a physical, and I know it's physical with you too, with your eyesight, but I just can't stand that long on my knees. It gets just what I did today with the groceries. I'll be paying for that and going to see Mom all the same day. I'll be paying for that for the next week. So, anywho, that's that. Like I say, I've covered enough. I've said enough. I'll shut my mouth now, and we'll get on to the next whatever it is. But like I said, I'm hoping to get this little camera boom knocked out. If I can find a piece of that, I used to call that masonite, and I don't know what they call it now, but I guess it's MDF, multi-density fiberboard, I guess is what it's called. But it's a good deal. I mean, it doesn't give easy, so I'm sure that would hold it and would work out rather well, I think. So I'll cut a piece of that to mount on there, and make sure there's a nice flat washer there to hold it steady as it can. And like I say, I'll just do one for now and make it big enough that it'll accommodate any camera I want to put on there. And I think that will help out quite a bit. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. And like I said, I'm going to use this mount here because this one swivels. So, I can put the camera at any angle I want to. And that's the plan on that. So that ought to do me. You guys I'll probably remember something else, and that's the way Mom was today when I was visiting her. She says, I know just as soon as you leave, I'm going to think of something else I wanted to ask you. Well, I know Mom doesn't. I told her, I don't know how many different times I brought her candy today when I was shopping with Kylie. I think it was on Saturday, Friday or Saturday. I bought her 5 bags of the butterscotch hard candy that she likes, and I keep it in the car. That way, every time I go visit her, I have a bag of that to take her. She dearly enjoys that, and you know, I figure at 93, she, you know, eat the whole bag if you want. So, anywho, that's what I say. Here I am, blah, 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 again. So, oh, I know what it was, and I didn't bring that in here. I'm going to do another little video, and it's going to be on the GPS. And anybody that's waiting for part 2 of that, that's coming up. Let's see, tomorrow is the camera boom, I think. So that will be Tuesday. Part 2 of the GPS video will be Tuesday. I'll get that done, and it'll be Tuesday. But on today, while I was using it, I found out how to do the music and the GPS at the same time. It is possible. It does work. So that's good. I was a little concerned about that, and I will show you that in the upcoming video, show you how it's done. It's basically, you can't go into it like I was doing it, because it just goes out of the music player and goes into the GPS. Well, there's another, it's kind of like a desktop mode where you can have, just like a computer, you have more than one thing open at the same time. So I found out how to do that today, and it does work, so I'm happy about that. So, and also I had that thing, that lady was just pulling her hair out, I think. When I went to the nursing home to visit Mom, I put the address in there just to see what way it told me to go, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it and see. It told me to go down the expressway, I-65, towards Louisville, which I did, and it told me to get off on State Route 250. Well, now, anybody that from around here knows that State Route 250 is a cow path. That is where it was modeled after, or whatever it came up with. It is the curviest road that ever was made in the state of Indiana, I do believe. So obviously I wasn't going to go that way, so I went on down the way I normally go, which is down to Austin. And when I got down to Austin, there's 2 exits. One of the exits goes west and one goes east. The GPS told me to get off on the first one. I did not do that. That's the west one. I didn't want to go west, I want to go east. And so I confused her a little bit by getting off the second one, and she was trying to tell me to go back the other way, and you know, finally I got over the top of the expressway and she started recalculating. Then she figured it out, but like I said, it was a little confusing. I don't know what causes that. I'm assuming it's you know, insufficient map data. I don't know. Like I said, I also was going to take my TomTom today, and I still haven't found it yet, so I'm going to look for it some more and try to play with that some more also, because I've got that mount now for it. So, alright, I know, I'm talking too much. Talk. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's 6:40 now, in case you're interested. And like I say, I appreciate you all watching, and we will see ya.